Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. The title for our lesson today is Mega Goal 4 pages 90 plus 91. نفتح صفحة 90 عند number 10 writing. A. How do you think people decide on a field of study or a job? Which factors affect their decision choice? في رأيك كيف يقرر الناس مجال الدراسة أو الوظيفة؟ ما هي العوامل التي تؤثر على قرارهم واختيارهم؟ Number 1. Read the text and find out. اقرأ النص واكتشف الآتي. أول نقطة. What did the writer originally want to study? ما الذي أراد الكاتب دراسته في الأصل؟ النقطة الثانية. Why did he give up his original plan? لماذا تخلى عن خطته الأصلية؟ النقطة الثالثة. Why do you think he took different training courses? لماذا تعتقد أنه تلقى دورات تدريبية مختلفة؟ النقطة الرابعة. What had he done to qualify as a language teacher? ما الذي فعله للتأهل كمدرس لغة؟ اللي بعدها. What other job opportunity did he have? ما هي فرصة العمل الأخرى التي كانت لديه؟ آخر نقطة. What prompted him to make his final choice? Does he regret it? ما الذي دفعه إلى اتخاذ هذا القرار أو القرار النهائي؟ هل هو نادم على ذلك؟ إجابات number 1 بتكون أول نقطة. He wanted to study art. كان يريد دراسة الفن. النقطة الثانية إجابتها because it was hard. لأنه كان صعب. النقطة الثالثة to work in airline company. العمل في شركة طيران أو خطوط طيران. Number 4 he took a mythology course. هو أخذ دورة في الميثولوجيا. Number 5 النقطة الخامسة to work as a teacher or in airline company. العمل كمدرس أو في شركة الخطوط الجوية. Number 6 he liked working with the language center. هو يحب أن يعمل في قسم اللغة. Number 7 he didn't regret. لم يندم. طبعا number 7 اللي هو النقطة السادسة فيها سؤالين فهذه إجابتها. ننتقل number 2 what would you have done؟ ما الذي كنت ستفعله؟ Number 3 read the text again and find out. اقرأ النص مجددا وجد الآتي. أول نقطة. Are all the events presented in chronological order? How do you know? هل جميع الأحداث معروضة بترتيب زمني؟ كيف علمت ذلك؟ النقطة اللي بعدها. Which sentences, phrases, words provide information about the writer's thoughts, attitude and feelings? ما هي الجمل، العبارات، الكلمات التي توفر معلومات حول أفكار الكاتب وموقفه ومشاعره؟ النقطة اللي بعدها. Which part reveals the writer's position on the matter? أي جزء يكشف موقف الكاتب من الموضوع؟ النقطة اللي بعدها. Are there sections, phrases, sentences that address a longer period of time in real terms but very briefly? هل هناك أقسام، عبارات أو جمل تتناول فترة أطول من القيمة الحقيقية ولكنها مختصرة بشدة؟ يعني مثلا فترة 5 سنين اختصرها في جملة زي كذا. اللي بعده. Are there sections, phrases, sentences that address a shorter period of time in real terms but in greater detail? هل هناك أقسام أو عبارات أو جمل تتحدث عن فترة زمنية قصيرة لكن بتفاصيل كثيرة؟ The answers. إجابة number 2 بتكون I would stay working in the airline company. أنا كنت سأبقى في شركة خطوط الطيران. طبعا احنا قد قرينا number 3. الإجابات number 1 النقطة الأولى بتكون Not all events are presented in chronological order. For example, I had originally wanted to go to art school. Indicates that this was so before the writer finished school. ليست كل الأحداث معروضة بترتيب زمني. على سبيل المثال هذه الجملة كنت أرغب في الأصل في الالتحاق بمدرسة الفنون، يشير إلى أن هذا كان قبل أن ينتهي الكاتب من المدرسة. إجابة النقطة الثانية. This sentence هذه الجملة واللي هي But I had changed my mind. لكني غيرت رأيي عندما طبعا. Number 3 النقطة الثالثة بنقول The last paragraph reveals the writer's position. الفقرة الأخيرة تكشف موقف الكاتب. Number 4 الإجابة Yes there are. نعم يوجد. Number 5 No there aren't. لا يوجد. نقرأ النص.
Page 90. 10. Writing. After I finished school, I chose to try out a number of things before settling on one field of study or profession. I had originally wanted to go to art school, but had changed my mind when I found out how hard it was for graduates to find employment. I was also reluctant to go ahead with it because I knew that my father was likely to disapprove in a quiet but very noticeable manner. He wanted me to study medicine, but I didn't. I took a number of courses in typing, shorthand, French, art, design, and literature, and worked part-time as a public relations assistant, a shop assistant, etc. Eventually, I started studying psychology, philosophy, and linguistics. I had also managed to attend a teaching methodology course that qualified me as a language teacher, but I was not at all certain that I wanted a teaching career. At some point, I was approached by a new airline company that invited me to do an interview, followed by a test before I could be offered a job. At the time, I used to help out with registration at a large language center where my uncle taught. So, I agreed to spend the next few days working for them from morning till evening, totally forgetting the airline company. 2 days later, the man I knew from the airline company turned up and accused me of being irresponsible because I had not bothered to check with the airline company on the final results and a job offer. He said there was still time to do it, but I would have to drop what I was doing and run. For some reason, I did exactly the opposite. I stayed put, thanked him, and went back to work. Later that evening, I was offered my first teaching job by the director of studies. I have often wondered what my life would have been like if I had chosen the airline company instead, but not too enthusiastically. Regardless of difficulties and ups and downs, this is the choice that has become a life's choice, and no amount of wondering is likely to ever make me regret it.
الحين ننتقل للبي. Number 1. Think of an important decision you or a family member has made. فكر في قرار مهم اتخذته أنت أو أحد أفراد أسرتك. Number 2. Compare what your life is like now to what it would have been like if you or a family member had made a different decision. Use the chart to organize your ideas. قارن حول ما ستكون عليه حياتك الآن بما سيكون عليه الحال إذا كنت أنت أو أحد أفراد أسرتك قد اتخذت قرارا مختلفا. استخدم المخطط هذا لتنظيم أفكارك. Number 3. Write a personal narrative on this subject. اكتب قصة شخصية عن هذا الموضوع. طبعا أول خانة على اليسار life now الحياة الآن بنقول great life حياة جيدة. الخانة اللي على اليمين how life would have been different كيف كانت الحياة ستكون مختلفة. الإجابة it will be normal and boring and there are not many opportunities like now. ستكون عادية ومملة ولا يوجد بها العديد من الفرص كالآن. طبعا أنا بتكلم عن قرار أنه أنت أو الشخص اللي إحنا نكتب عنه قرر ينقل من المدينة اللي هو فيه إلى مدينة ثانية. نقرأ النص. 5 years ago, my parents made the best decision of their lives. We used to live in a very small town with not many jobs or schools. My father had a job opportunity in a big city. Since he needed the job, he would agree, but it would be hard to leave us here, so he was reluctant. He thought for several days and didn't search a result. So he met one of his friends and decided to consult him. So his friend told him to go and that he would help him financially. My father agreed, and now we are in this beautiful city, studying in the strongest school and having a beautiful life. If my father hadn't made this decision, our life would still be bad. وبكذا نكون وصلنا لنهاية الفيديو. See you next time.